This is our Tuesday night Carabao Cup preview between Cardiff City as they host Swindon Town. This preview dives into each side as shown this season, the key tactical matchups, the fresh data, and of course our predictions. But let's kick it off immediately. Swindon's season so far has been mixed. They started with an agonising 2-1 loss to Walsall, where they had over 73% possession and 16 shots to Warsaw's 6, but somehow lost the game. Then they bounced back with an impressive 3-2 victory over Cambridge United as Ian Holloway's 3-5-2 begins to take shape. Cardiff, meanwhile, opened League One with a slick win over Peterborough, coming back in the second half, and that was followed by an underwhelming away performance, shall we say, at Port Vale, which certainly lacked the punch in the final third. When we go towards Swindon, against Cambridge, they lined up in a 3-5-2 with Ripley between the sticks, a back three of Wilson Brown, Clark and Wright, the wing-backs Monroe, Snowden, with a central midfield trio of Kilkenny, Odeker and Nichols, with Smith and Durine up front. I think it'll probably be something like that, but maybe you might see some younger lads, some squad players given a bit of rotation, as is tradition for all teams in these early stages of the cup. This setup does give them a lot of solidity at the back, whilst allowing them to overload the midfield, create a lot of width, and try to get their strikers down the channels and into dangerous positions. Brian Barry Murphy on the Cardiff side of things probably faces a lot of decisions. Does Matt Turner come back in after Nathan Trott was given his debut against Port Vale, or does he keep Trott in to build cohesion with the back four? Does Jesper Darland get a chance? Does David Turnbull, Callum Robinson, Eli King, do they get an opportunity to start a game? Or do you also rotate in some youth players who impressed in pre-season, like Will Spears, Louis Giles, and of course Luke Pearce, who's been doing exceptionally well for the under-21s. So potentially there's a lot of different opportunities for Brian Barry Murphy to rotate his squad. However, balance is essential, and will Brian Barry Murphy want to be a little bit cautious with the experimentation to get the players understanding the way he wants to play? Swindon's wing-backs and dual strikers will test Cardiff City in the wide areas and the central channels, especially in those half spaces. Cardiff must counter that with sharper wing positioning and crisp combinations. Their build-up play must be better, and they must keep that width at the big Cardiff City pitch, particularly via that number 10. Now, if Ruben Colwell has a rest, you could be looking at a Keane Ashford, a Joel Colwell, maybe a returning Alex Robertson in that position, but they have to link it all together, and they have to bypass what will be quite a compact 3-5-2 shape or a 5-3-2 shape when Swindon are out of possession. When you look at the stats from Cardiff registered an XG of 0.51 in the Port Vale game recently, but they were creating, but not really creating premium chances. Aerial duels was a big problem. Cardiff won just 42% of those aerial duels at Port Vale. That is a concern because Swindon will give them a physical test. The pressing, the positioning was good, but Cardiff did not step up aggressively enough against Port Vale. Certainly not enough to disrupt Port Vale and create chances in the transition like they had done against Peterborough. The danger men, well, for Swindon Town, I think it's Tom Nichols. He is the most creative, most intelligent of the midfield three. He's very good on the ball, will pick up those half spaces, will pick up the pockets. He is the one that makes it all happen. He is the one who links it together. Got a goal recently at Cambridge as well. He's the one that Cardiff will need to keep quiet, try and starve him of the possession, and that should hopefully work. On the flip side of that, I think Cardiff City's danger man for this game could be David Turnbull. Cardiff City fans have not seen the best of David Turnbull. He can be that creative fulcrum. He can be the guy who makes everything happen. He gets time between the lines. He's excellent in possession, rarely gives it away. So he will spell trouble for Swindon, as he'll be the one who will try to unlock the likes of Callum Robinson, Isaac Davis and so on. So it'll be a real interesting one. It's going to be tight. I think Cardiff City should have enough quality just about, even with a rotated side, against the League Two opposition. I'm going to go 2-1 to Cardiff. That's your tactical preview. Cardiff versus Swindon, Carabao Cup, Tuesday evening. Drop your scorelines below. Let me know what changes you would make to the starting 11, who should start, who should be having a rest, etc. We'll be back with an instant match reaction from the stadium straight after the game. So please do get involved in the chat. This has been Dragon Sports. I've been Si. You take care, and I'll see you after full time.